using marijuana at a young age can result in structural and functional deficits of the brain. This could cause you to develop weakened verbal and communication skills, lowered learning capabilities, and a shortened attention span. This is from the Above the Influence website. This statistic is just one of the many examples that exemplify the dangers of marijuana. Hi, my name is Liz Fleischer, and my partner Tim and I are strongly opposed that the state of Pennsylvania should legalize marijuana for recreational use. We believe that the status quo has the inherent ability to function, though on that, Tim will go into more detail. Mainly, we oppose the legalization not only because marijuana is bad for you, but it also does not make political or economic sense. Before I begin my argument, I would like to redefine some terms. You will hear me discuss a gateway drug, and according to Free Dictionary, it is defined as substance abuse of any drug or addictive substance like soft drugs, example marijuana, or hard drugs like cocaine or heroin. Finally, according to uslegal.com, recreational drug use is defined as the use of narcotic drug that is used in irregular intervals and is claimed to be a non-addictive. It didn't mention anything about fun. First of all, I would like to explain the harm of using marijuana. Most likely, you will hear my opponents claiming that marijuana is not harmful or addictive. Well, Peter from ChristianInRecovery.org can negate that. He says, "I found pot was shaping many things in my life and was becoming a major part of it. I also began drinking, hence pot becoming a gateway drug. On occasion, my academic career was put away instead for the option of playing music and smoking pot for the rest of my life. By the time I was 17, I was smoking pot as often as I could. At this point, my life was quickly falling apart. I truly had no future, and many things were troubling me. After a few weeks, I contemplated suicide." Not only is there testimony of the addictiveness and harm of the drug, but there are also hard facts. For example, Above the Influence website says, marijuana smoke contains 50% to 70% more carcinogenic hydrocarbons than tobacco smoke. So basically, the smoke of marijuana is worse than smoking tobacco and has nicotine in it, which is the chemical that makes tobacco smoking addictive. I could stand here and list the chemicals that overlap in marijuana and tobacco, but I think the effect of these chemicals is much more effective. According to lung.org, lung cancer, usually caused by smoking, causes more deaths than the next 3 most common cancers combined: colon, breast, and prostate. An estimated 340 Americans were expected to die from lung cancer in 2012, accounting for approximately 28% of all cancer deaths. So, if marijuana is more addictive and harmful to your lungs, then why wouldn't that cause a spike in lung cancer deaths, causing more Americans to die per year? But let's take a break from the health consequences and talk about politics. The federal laws regarding marijuana, according to the whitehouse.gov, is the administration steadfastly opposes legalization of marijuana and other drugs because legalization would increase the availability and use of illicit drugs and pose significant health and safety risks to all Americans. In addition, the state laws for marijuana, according to normal.org, it is illegal in Pennsylvania to possess, sell, or cultivate marijuana. Now, doesn't this seem a little bit redundant? Since according to the 10th Amendment, if a federal law forbids it, the state can allow it. So basically, even if the state of Pennsylvania were to legalize recreational use of marijuana, it is still illegal under federal law. Our opponents may argue that California legalized medical marijuana, even though it is still technically illegal under federal law. Well, Tim will touch on these repercussions, but just to give you a hint, it becomes very sticky, a very sticky situation where the state is overpowered by the federal government every time. So basically, legalizing marijuana is not only Pennsylvania will cause more political strife between the state and federal government than there already is. Not only is the resolution bad for American politics and American people, but it is not very economically sound. Contrary to what you may hear from our opponents, making marijuana illegal is not economically sound. Not only would the state have to regulate the sale unconstitutionally, but also legalization takes away the dangerous and rebellious qualities of marijuana, causing a drop in consumption, according to procon.org. This is not an assumption of mine, but a proven fact that Tim will touch on. I believe investment bankers would call this a deficient spending, meaning that the investment is higher than the profit. In conclusion, legalization of recreational marijuana by Pennsylvania would be unhealthy, unconstitutional, and unprofitable, risky decision. Thank you, and please vote negative.